Yeah.
Oh my god!
Right. You ready?
Yes.
All right, hang on.
Okay. Wow. All right. Nice. Wow, man. 52,378.
Because I know it's spec shock, spec everything, right?
Yeah, it's on full soft, all four corners.
All four? Oh, stiffen it all the way up.
Stiffen it all the way up?
Oh yeah, go, yeah.
Okay.
Stiffen everything. That'll probably free up the back too from how you're doing it. Either that or maybe what you want to do is jack up the rear tire pressures to try and make the back a little looser from that standpoint. Try and take away grip out of the back.
Okay.
All right?
Cool, thank you so much, GJ.
You're welcome.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Shifting Lanes. My name is Hanson. Thank you so much for tuning in. And in this video, I'm autocrossing for the fourth time, actually the third time in the Meadowlands, but overall fourth time autocrossing. And if you could hear all of that, that is some heavy rain. And so this is going to remind me of my very first autocross session in the BRZ. That's before the Solo Spec Coupe spec. So if you want to see how this car turned from a stock BRZ to the Solo Spec Coupe trim, just make sure that you check out the rest of the playlist and check out all the previous videos. I'll link to one up here. That's when Steve Farkas basically installed all of the suspension components in one day and gave the BRZ an alignment. But yeah, in today's video, my goal is to see if I can apply all of the instructions that I've learned so far from the different instructors. There's a lot of things that I want to focus on. I need to keep my head up, I need to hit the backside of the cones during slaloms, and I just need to apply smooth steering inputs and maybe not blister my fingers the next time.
Alright, let's do it. And the steering input should also be smooth. You know, you don't want to shock the tires at all. A little bit of brakes here. Slow. Good. Slalom.
It's very slippery.
It is. Yeah, so you're going a little too fast for these turns, because when the front starts doing that thing, that's the understeer. These tires are really nice in the wet.
Yeah, it's not bad. Look out the window.
Yep, smooth. Start to unwind the steering wheel. Add speed, and then lift to come over here and get in and maintain the speed constant. You want to stay part throttle through a slalom. Look ahead. So this one you can actually carry that speed and make it a smoother arc.
Okay.
So
C5.
Yeah, good baseline.
Yeah.
In a few places you went in a little faster than I thought you should, and it ended up working fine, but you know, there were places where you're just waiting on the front end to start biting because you were going a little too fast.
Yeah.
So try and internalize those places in your mind where that was, and as you approach them next time, you know, just breathe off the throttle a little bit earlier, or tap the brakes a little bit to just shed a tiny bit of speed. And especially in the wet, those inputs have to be buttery smooth. You want to load the tire progressively. If you snap it, you're going to lose traction, and then the car starts to understeer. You can, even if you're not going fast enough to induce terminal understeer, if you snap the wheel, you're going to begin understeering, and because it's wet, it's going to take more time for that grip to come back.
All right.
So if you can prevent understeering, do so at all costs. Since you're a fairly new driver, I don't want to put too much in your head. Just focus on always probing the limit of where that front end grip is.
Okay.
Just keep trying to find it, because as it stops raining and as it gets warmer and starts to dry out, you know, the limit's going to be higher and higher. So if you get stuck driving it at this lower limit, you won't necessarily, I mean, you'll go faster, but you won't go as fast as you could. So on each run, the course is going to be better and better. So always try and probe the limit.
Okay.
But pick smart places to do so.
Okay.
The fastest part of a sweeper is not a good place to do that. Somewhere more medium speed, you know. Sometimes I like to give the wheel just like an extra little input in places. Like if I'm in a turn, sometimes I just like to see how far I can go before it starts to understeer, and then I'm like, okay, that's where the limit is of the tire. Okay.
So I guess like communication with like the tires, and just like sensing that limit of grip.
In the wet, it's all about driving the front of the car. If you start pushing, you're just gonna skate away from the turn and get off line. So yeah, just always try and bite at that front tire and say, can it take a little more? Can it take a little more? You know, maybe if you find that, you know, it could take a lot more, that means that for the steering that you had, you can go faster. Okay. You know, because there's like as you get more steering, you can't give as much throttle. So if you're able to turn the wheel more in a turn and it bites, that means that back here you weren't going as fast as you could have been, right?
Yeah. When it dries out, I see it dry. Right, so get over here, both hands on the wheel, smooth. Start turning already so that you get in tight and smooth. Good. Stay out, stay out. Come in, tap the brakes here. Okay, stay out. Whoa, good counter steer, nicely done. Same thing, go in, you gotta hit the brakes here because it's real tight. Okay, good, you got some good car control. Smooth, smooth. Remember, this is pretty tight. Okay. All right, start early. Now, don't overdrive this. Don't overdrive this. Yes, got it. Now remember, you gotta be on the back side. Whoa!
Yep, not looking far ahead. Enough.
I was trying to tell you. Yep. Now remember, stay out. You can actually take this reasonably quickly. Okay. Stay out, stay out, stay out, stay out, turn in. But remember, now you're going way down there, but then you got to brake and in. Okay. Left, right already. Stay out. Okay. You can take this pretty quickly. Okay, stay out, stay out. Okay, stay out, stay out, stay out, stay out. Okay, now tap them and hard on the gas. Nice. Okay, yes.
Got
rid of a second.
Yes.
And you slid all over, which is always fun. Okay. Okay. You know where your nemesis is. That one back gate. You always...
Yeah, always missing it.
Yes.
FYI. Keep it up.
Shit.
It's okay, it's okay.
All right. I keep messing that up.
Keep looking. Higher exit. Get on it, get on it. You're really composed, but it's just you're getting late.
I'm getting late?
You're getting late in some turns, man.
Check out his YouTube channel. He makes some great videos. Elias coming through the finish straight with a 52.7. 52.7, Elias.
Yeah.
However, you are, oh my gosh.
Let's try it again. I got it started. Oh my God. Okay, some thoughts. I spun out. I changed the suspension setting to full stiff, and I think I need to dial it back down. I tried to find the limits, and you know what? It got me. So I stalled. I spun out. I stalled. Couldn't get the engine started again, and there was a check engine light, P0108, which meant that some manifold pressure, danger to manifold, basically. I reset the code and it's all good now. So I changed the suspension setting to one turn from full stiff, which is what I had intended to start with today, but now I have the opportunity to do it. Let's see if I can take position 1. Finally, the day is over. Did I meet my goals? Well, my first goal was to try and apply everything that I've learned. I realized that's kind of an open-ended goal because there's really no way that I could have retained everything. But I did try to kind of focus on one thing, and that was to control my steering inputs more. And I feel like I did that a lot better this time compared to my last video or from the event number 7. And I feel like I controlled the car a little bit better. I was a lot more smooth with the steering. I don't think I was looking up as much as I needed to. Again, that is a bad habit that I have to break. Again, I think that comes with experience. Towards the end, I was getting better, but again, I think that was because of memory. But the one real good advice that I got, several people said this, was to basically just split up the course into multiple sections. Don't sweat the small stuff like some of the slaloms when you're at first just beginning, just like myself anyway. At least split up the course into major chunks and figure out where the slow points are, because that's the beginning of a new section basically. So for this course, it was split up effectively into 4 sections. Separating those sections were very slow corners, and as long as you could focus at least on the entry of each section, then you could really cut down on your time. So I believe that's a really good advice, because instead of stressing out over every single cone that you see out there, just reduce the problem to a select few cones. So when you're walking around the course, just keep a mental note and focus on having a good transition from one section to the other. And I think that'll really cut down your times. Did I meet my second goal to place first in the novice group? I met it for a very short time span, and then I lost it when we did our last runs. Am I disappointed to not get first in novice class? Yeah, I sort of am disappointed, but what I experienced today was just a small taste of disappointment, what others have felt when they've lost by tenths, hundredths, or thousandths of a second. If anything, it really shows how close this motorsport really is. I also want to thank all the different instructors that sat in this car and also drove the car to showcase how it's really done, how to go around a course really, really fast. I want to thank you guys so much for your tips and instructions. So I want to thank Evan, I want to thank Grant, I want to thank Kez, I also want to thank GJ. Apparently he's an alien. So for all the novices out there, you'll hear this word thrown around a lot. Alien is basically really, really good drivers, and they're just out of this world. You can't really explain their talent. They're just very, very fast. So I want to thank him for sitting in this car, showing me how it's really done. That was an enlightening experience, and it truly helped me a lot. So the next autocross event that I plan on attending is the one in Pocono. That one apparently is almost like a road course. It's the Pocono East course, so it's in the infield, and apparently that's one of the most fun autocross places that you could go to in the area. That's going to be in August 25th and 26th, so it's a 2-day event. Some people are going for both days, so if you're going to be there, please let me know so we could chat and say hello. But anyway, I'm going to end the video right there. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching till the very end. If you found this video helpful or somewhat entertaining, please consider giving it a thumbs up and also hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you can get notified anytime we make a new video. Again, my name is Hanson. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.